Well, hello. Thanks for joining today. The new year is right around the corner. We're a couple of days away. So, in the spirit of that, I wanted to discuss New Year's resolutions and try to help you and guide you and how you can actually attain your goals and be part of the population that actually follows through and executes on completing these goals. So, to kick it off, only 9% of people or basically 1 in 10 people actually follow through and complete their New Year's resolution or follow it through all the way to the end of the year. So, funny enough, 90% of us are going to end up failing, or could end up failing. Maybe we can all work together and push this number up. That'd be even better. But I want to kind of give you a little bit of insight into kind of the dropout rate on this and kind of my personal experience. Last year with kind of New Year's resolutions and seeing other people kind of set them. So I'm going to be using fitness as a great example, mainly because about 48% of people are, 1 in 2 people, New Year's resolutions are related to exercise or eating healthy or some type of fitness goal. So just real quickly to start off, basically 1 in 4 people will end up quitting their New Year's resolution within the first week. That's pretty crazy. So imagine you and your 3 friends, start going to the gym. Within that first week, one of you will stop going. That is pretty baffling. And what that really shows is just typically people don't plan how they're going to attack their New Year's resolution. They just say, "I'm going to go get in shape," but they have no way of they have no quantifying way of actually preparing for it. There's an adage, and I mentioned this in a previous video, that the best way to chop down a tree is not to, just start chopping it down. It's to get that knife sharpened, or to get that axe sharpened, ready to go. Abraham Lincoln, there's, I think, a quote about him basically saying he chopped down a tree and it took him 5 hours. 4 of those hours he spent sharpening his axe. So really to execute and follow through on goals and plans, you really do need to create a plan or a blueprint on how you're going to go about doing it. Basically create system and habits to get to that end goal, to be part of that. In this case, that 10% of people that actually execute and follow through on their New Year's resolution. So leading into that, by February, 43% of people end up quitting their New Year's resolution, which is another pretty crazy thing. That basically means 1 in 2 people, roughly, or half of people that set their New Year's resolution are already quitting it by the end of January, going into February. So, and really, a lot of this stems from the need for most people's instant gratification. And I'm going to use fitness as a great example. A lot of people think, oh, if I go to the gym every day, they expect to see results within like the first month or 2 months or even 3 months. And the truth of the matter is, it's a journey. Everything that you do, there's no shortcuts in life. Anybody that says there are, they're honestly full of shit. And I'm just being 100% transparent of that. There's no get rich quick schemes. Those don't exist. Those are usually 9 times out of 10 actual scams. I mean, you might be fortunate enough to where, you end up, like, you win the lottery or something like that. That's a little bit different, but, that's like completely, I wouldn't even count that. Another one is like, cryptocurrency. It's like, oh, I'm going to invest in this crypto and it's going to blow up overnight. And then, it doesn't. And a lot of people use like, well, Bitcoin was like, a lot of people got rich overnight on that. And it's like, yes, but a lot of people also invested and investigated that particular crypto years before it blew up. And that's where the people that actually were successful. So that's what I'm trying to drive home, is that basically a lack of willpower and resilience and fortitude to hold out on that instant gratification and keep pushing forward and moving forward, even though you're not necessarily seeing the results you want right now. If you forego needing to see those results and just wait, I mean, you're going to be surprised where you can get. It's pretty funny how when I actually, for me, for example, and I'm actually a proponent. I don't really like New Year's resolutions. I'm just like, if you want to do something and you have a goal for yourself, start it at any point. I mean, the New Year's a great time to do it, but start it even before the New Year starts. I mean, if you want to get in shape, start right now. If you want to eat right, start right now. If you want to learn a new skill, start right now. why wait until the new year to like hop on this bandwagon of quitters that are going to end up, 1 in 2 people end up quitting by the end of January. And really only 10% of the people that do set a resolution end up making it through. So I'm just kind of like, why even participate in that? You can if you want to. It's a good kind of vehicle to hop into that kind of mentality of wanting to set goals and systems for yourself. But start now so that when the new year does come around and that resolution period starts, you're already underway and you already have some knowledge and some habits under your belt. I mean, that's the main thing, is getting into a system and planning on how you're going to attack your goals. So for my example, with last year when I started working out actually like pretty much in the summer of 2021, and then kind of just started working through and I was already in this habit by the time the new year came around in 2022. But the thing is creating a system of habits, and it's creating a plan of attack and following through on those actions. So you can't just say, I'm going to get in shape. You need to figure out how you're going to get in shape and kind of the vehicle to do that. So what I did was I basically said, I'm going to get up at 4:30 every morning and be at the gym by 5. And if I'm not at the gym by 5, I held myself accountable to that. And I did not miss a single day unless I was like physically ill. And I think that was like one time the entire, during that entire period. I actually get up earlier now. I get up about 3:45 and I'm at the gym at 4:30. So it's like creating a system that you can follow through. And again, I'm not recommending that you get up that early. Figure out what works for you, but you need to follow through and hold yourself accountable. Heck, get someone else to hold you accountable. It works even better if you get a buddy or somebody to do it with you, because you can hold each other accountable and follow through on it and not have to worry about, self-accountability. Because holding yourself accountable can be difficult unless you actually have the willpower to do it. But you need to figure out a way and create a plan of attack to get there. You can't just say you're going to do something and do it. Some people can, but everybody that is typically successful has a plan that they follow through and execute on, and they pivot when they need to they use what works and then stray away from what doesn't work. And so create a plan. If you want to work out, hold yourself accountable to going to the gym 3-4 times a week and make sure you're at the gym. If you can't do that, then you're probably not going to follow through on your resolution. But before the new year even starts, figure out steps that you can take to follow through and execute on your resolution. Because I don't want 90% of people to fail. I want every single one of you to follow through and execute on your plan and follow through on that resolution that you're set for yourself. And there's a lot of different ways that you can go about it. I'm a huge person about visual execution of stuff. I mentioned this in a previous video. I have a to-do list that I create every single evening before I go to bed, so I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And I don't accomplish everything on this to-do list. There's absolutely no way I can do that. But I do that because I set myself these, basically, they're called stretch goals, and you might hear this in the corporate space or just around. But I set these goals and I pack more than I can do in my day, so that I am like, it's not keeping busy. It's like, these are the things I need to complete so I can, reach my vision. And the stuff that I can't, execute on, I will move over to tomorrow. And you just keep on doing that. It allows you to know that you always have stuff that you can be working on, but it also provides you a plan of like, okay, this is the stuff I need to complete today to get to what I want to do or to get to where I want to go. So you don't have to use a to-do list. Just figure out a system that works for you. I'm a very visual person, so it helps to write things down and like see them constantly. I basically carry this little to-do list everywhere. I also carry this little notebook around with me and make notes in there of like ideas and things I have, so I can hold myself accountable to those. But back to the example of working out and discussing my experience last year. It was very interesting, and you'll probably see this if, like, for example, you start going to the gym this year or start getting back into going to the gym. You'll notice, and a lot of this data is pretty true, when only about 9 to 10% of people complete their New Year's resolution. 1 in 4 people end up dropping out of their New Year's resolution within the first week. About 43% or half of them drop out within the first month to 2 months. And then from there, it's just it just keeps on. More people keep on dropping off and dropping off. And it's funny because if you, like, for example, go to the gym, I love going to the gym in January because you get to see all these new people there. That's usually the most common resolution is, again, something related to health. But you'll see all these new people at the gym. And over time, you just start seeing people drop off, and like slowly, first week, a quarter of them are gone. First month, half of them are gone, and then in March and April and May, you just start seeing more and more people, and then typically by like May, June, that's when you are kind of back to like baseline of like who is already going to the gym, and you might have a few new people there that are consistently going. But for the most part, I mean, you're basically, 9 out of 10 people quit. So it's pretty sad that it's usually they just don't have a plan of attack, or they lose motivation, or they just that instant gratification is not there, so they don't have the willpower to follow through and execute on what they actually set out to do. And ultimately, that ends up becoming kind of like a greater thing. Is if you can't set a simple goal for yourself revolving around a resolution, even if it's if you can even make it simple, like I want to read for 30 minutes every day, or I want to journal every day, or I want to go for a 10-minute walk every day, or something even as simple as that, and you can't execute on it, how do you expect to reach the vision or the goals the larger thing that you want to achieve? You can't, because you don't have the willpower or fortitude to get there. And this is really just a tough love moment, and I had this with myself, and I wish honestly I had some people that told me this when I was younger. But it's just like consistency is key. Diligence is key. You have to put in the effort. You need to consistently put in time and energy to build and form these habits if you want to reach your goal or your vision. If you want to do a body recomposition and get in shape, you need to go to the gym. You need to eat healthy, and you need to follow through and do this every single day. Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to build, you're not going to get jacked in a day. You're not going to get most likely get jacked in 6 months or a year. It takes time and effort to get there. And yeah, I mean, depending on where you're at already in your fitness journey and things like that, it might be quicker for some people than others. But most people that are starting off at the gym and, I'm just using, again, fitness as an example. Starting off there, they expect that they're going to, start seeing six-pack abs and just have ripped arms within a couple of months. It doesn't work like that unless you have, unless you're juicing or something like that, or potentially have, like crazy genes that are just absolutely nuts and respond to, strength training and resistance, and that you're just protein synthesis and whatnot is off the chart, which honestly, again, all of these people that you see that are in shape, it's taken them time, effort to get there. It's not just, we did this in a couple of days, we did this in a couple of months, we did this in a year. It takes time, it takes effort, and it's following through on this. And the fun part is once you recognize that you can follow through even on a simple goal like journaling every day, or reading 30 minutes, or just reading a book a week, or just going on a 10-minute walk a day. When you realize that you can even do small goals like this, that really does build confidence within yourself to execute on larger goals, because you know that you have the willpower to follow through on something. But the thing is, you first got to plan, and it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as just holding yourself accountable and going to the gym 3 times a week, and maybe writing it on a calendar, or putting a note in your phone that or just setting an alarm. And one thing that I did, and I think is a great, and I'm not going to take credit for this, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. The Miracle Morning is a great book, actually, just for building a good kind of system of habits. There's some other great books, but that's I think a fantastic read. But one thing that it did, that I do still, for getting up early, and this is something that I highly recommend to everyone. Do not sleep. Most people use their phone as their alarm clocks. Do not sleep with your phone in your bed or with it next to you. Don't even have it near you. I actually have my phone on the opposite side of the room, sitting on a little shelf, so that when it rings, I have to physically get out of bed, turn on the lights, and walk over there and turn off the alarm for it to stop. There's no option other than that for the noise to stop. And I chose a the most annoying alarm you could get. It's just like it's literally like a alarm blaring, and it's loud and it's annoying and you can't sleep through it. So the thing is like that's how I literally taught and conditioned myself to get up early in the morning, because the thing is when I got out of bed the lights were on and the alarm's off. I'm just kind of like, well, we're already up and out of bed, let's just go to the gym. And the funny part is that works really well. So that I think is and again, I'm not going to take credit for that. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. It's a great book. It's honestly, I highly recommend that to anybody. It's a good way to kind of get in the habit of getting up early in the morning. And again, you don't have to be like me and get up at 3 to 4 a.m., like between 3 and 5 a.m. But I do advocate for getting up early. It gives you a lot of basically time back in your day, because you just have all this extra time in the morning before you go to work, and you have your energy then. But really, that's one example. But figure out a system that works for you. Figure out habits and figure out a plan that'll work for you so that you can execute on your goals this year. Because I want every single one of you to reach the goals that you set out. You might not hit every single one, but hell, if you can hit fucking 1 or 2, you're doing great. It's a start. And the thing is you keep on iterating on that and keep on doing it over and over again, you're going to get to where you want to go eventually. So I'm going to leave it here. Please leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any advice or any habits that you use to actually help you with your New Year's resolutions. I would love if you hit that like button and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. It helps us get this message out to the world, and more people are able to see it, which is really what all I'm aiming for, is just getting this message to as many people as possible, because I want everybody to succeed. And I do believe everybody can be successful in life. It's just, you do need to put in the energy to do it. It's not just, you're not just going to be handed success. So if you want to see any other content or be notified, hit that notification bell. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video, and Happy New Year. I look forward to joining you in 2023, and it's going to be an exciting one. So look forward to some great content. All right, bye.